All right, here we are. So we got the new valve body in there. We took it for a little test run. It seems better. We do have an issue. I don't have third, or I don't have fourth gear. So I'm getting a code that something's wrong with these two solenoids. So either the wires are accidentally crossed, or they're bad, or one of them has or they have bad connectors. One of those three things. The only way to know is I gotta pull it all apart. That was about 3 hours of work, because I put it all back together. I figured it was good. I put everything together. So I gotta take off the shields, loosen up the exhaust, drain the fluid, pull the pan off, just to check, put it all back together, recheck it. After looking at the codes, the valve body should be good. On the test drive, first and second work good, but yeah, fourth, it's not engaging fourth or fifth gear. So I have to check those two guys out. If the wire connector is good, I'll just replace with my stock solenoids. I don't really have nothing I can do about that. And then test it again. So when you're kind of doing this stuff, there's not a lot of history on these cars. There's not a lot of people making parts. It is what it is. Makes things hard. I love this car, but this transmission seems to be a little bit of an issue without tuning. I wish someone would make tuning software, because I'm sure with this valve body and in some tuning, it would be nice. Those guys at RPM, if you listen to their transmission tuning on the dyno, it sounds amazing. But you need access to the transmission control module. HP tuners, help. Ecotech, help. Somebody help us get that. That's what these cars need. Toyota, let them in the computer. So, yep, so I'm doing that. So it's back on jack stands. And we got to tear it apart and work on it again. It's the price of speed, right? Alright guys, here we go. I think this is the final of this section. We had a little bit of a fail. So far this project, everything's really gone fairly easy. Changing out this valve body is a lot of work, especially the first time. You have to pull down both panels, loosen up the exhaust so you can get to the pan bolts, drain the transmission fluid, pull the valve body out. Once you've done it once or twice, like I have now, it's actually not that hard, but the first time you don't want to lose parts. You don't know where all these little bolts go. You don't know what goes where, so you have to really go slow, take your time so you don't mess anything up. I thought I messed it up, but there's something that's not 100% with the valve body, so unfortunately I have to send it back. So it's not going into fourth gear. I had to put my stock one back in, and so far last night, yeah, it was working fine. So we're going to check all the fluid levels. Now we have to run it, get it up to temperature, drain the excess fluid off, and then I can put it down and take it for a test drive. So the only thing we accomplished is we did boost our pressure. There's that three-way pressure switch, so I put it on higher pressure. And shimmed my accumulators a little bit. And that's kind of where we're at. So I tweaked to the transmission, not a huge modification, but at least all this work I wound up in a tweak. I was able to verify my transmission fluid level. It seemed like it was about a quart low before, so that might have been part of my lockup issues, is it was a quart low. So under load, it probably was running out of fluid. That's why I was probably having trouble in first and second. Didn't feel like it was locking hard enough. When it was starting to hook, it would leave harder, and then it felt like it wasn't 100% lockup. So I was really not able to do any hard launches, or wanted to chill out until I worked on it. So here's where we're at. I'm putting it back together. This guy go back to SPP. He was on the phone with me. Dude is really cool. He is helping me out, but unfortunately, I switched the parts out, now it works. So something is not 100%. Sometimes when you rebuild these things, there could be one little check ball off. There could be one part that's stuck or something. That's why I ordered the whole valve body, so I can just switch them out in case this would happen, and it did happen. So now at least my car's still drivable, and I'm not down for a month, because the weather's way too nice. In Wisconsin, when you get this in June, when it's 80 in June, you have to take advantage. So unfortunately, the car was down for about 2 weeks, but we're going to put it back together, do a test run, and then hot weather tuning. My cold weather tuning is pretty much down. I did have to tweak my map, but because I was down, I couldn't verify a couple. My mass airflow sensor calibration, I wanted to verify that one last time and then go to hot weather tuning. So hopefully it cools down one of these nights. It's a little humid out now, so this is basically hot and humid tuning to do the final tweaking for hot weather. And that's it. You like this stuff, subscribe, like, and share. If it runs good, now I can get back into doing some performance content. All right, thanks, bye.